There are wounds that leave no mark on the skin. You try to speak, to reason, to simply connect, and you are met with a void. A wall. Nothing. The silent treatment is one of the most painful relational tactics because it assaults our deepest, most human need, the need for connection and acknowledgement. It is a communication tool, used not to resolve a conflict, but to punish the recipient. But is silence always an act of aggression? Or can this void sometimes be the only shield strong enough to protect a wounded spirit? Act 1. The core pain of exclusion. Think back to a moment when someone you cared about simply stopped responding. The immediate feeling is confusion, quickly followed by a desperate scramble to regain equilibrium. You blame yourself. You apologize for crimes you didn't commit. This desperate reaction is the manipulator's goal. Psychologically, being ignored activates the same region of the brain that processes physical pain. You don't just feel rejected, your brain registers it as a physical injury. The silence weaponizes the need for belonging, making the recipient feel excluded, unloved, and existentially alone. Act 2. Stonewalling as contempt. In relational psychology, the aggressive version of the silent treatment is often referred to as stonewalling. It is one of Dr. John Gottman's 4 horsemen of relational failure. Stonewalling is not merely taking a moment to calm down. It is actively refusing to communicate, often accompanied by hostile body language like eye-rolling or dismissal. Its root is contempt, the emotional stance that you are somehow morally superior to the person you are ignoring. This behavior removes the opportunity for repair and signals the ultimate dismissal. I refuse to acknowledge your reality. Act 3. The difference between silence and space. The mirror reveals that context is everything. There is a profound distinction between silence used to inflict pain and silence used to create necessary space. If one partner says, "I am overwhelmed and need 30 minutes to cool down before we talk," that is a boundary, a mature stated need. If a partner simply refuses to speak to you for 3 days after a minor disagreement, that is a punishment, a coercive tactic aimed at emotional manipulation. We must recognize which silence we are receiving, and more importantly, which silence we are giving. The silence of self-protection is defined by a stated intent and a defined time limit. Act 4. Disarming the weapon. The blueprint for neutralizing the silent treatment is to refuse to play the game. Do not beg. Do not chase. Your primary objective is to reclaim your personal dignity and stability. Name the tactic, address the behavior, not the person. State calmly, "I notice you are choosing not to speak to me. When you are ready to communicate respectfully, I will be available." Affirm reality, do not accept false guilt. Remind yourself that their withdrawal is their choice and their responsibility. Create your own boundary. Use the timeout for yourself. Focus on activities that stabilize your own nervous system. You cannot force someone to talk. You can only control your response to their silence. By refusing to chase, you deny the manipulator the drama and control they desperately seek. What is the most important truth you have learned in the silence? If this helped you find clarity in conflict, subscribe and learn to decode the unseen patterns of human behavior.